5 self-care micro-habits to become unrecognizable. Ever feel like you're overdue for a major shift? A lot of people believe they have to completely change their lives to feel better, like quitting their job, relocating to a faraway island, or adopting a brand new persona. But in reality, you're just 1 or 2 tiny habits away from a drastically better life. And I'm not talking about intense routines or time-consuming morning rituals. I mean small, super simple tweaks that take less than 2 minutes yet they change everything. Here are 5 micro self-care habits that made me feel like a completely new version of myself, one I love. Let's get into them. The morning mind dump, starting with habit number 1. Something I call the morning mind dump. Sure, the name's not glamorous, but stick with me. Before checking emails, touching my phone, or brewing coffee, I sit with a notebook, set a timer for 2 minutes, and pour my thoughts onto paper. No rules, no structure, no Dear Diary stuff, just raw. It's unfiltered thoughts. I'm anxious. I forgot to reply to that message. I had a weird dream. Or here's what I need to do today. It's unpolished, sometimes random, but it works. It clears mental clutter. A University of Rochester study confirms that even casual journaling can lower stress, ease anxiety, and support emotional clarity. It's like emptying your mental inbox before your day even begins. I started this practice during a chaotic time, right as I was deciding to leave my job as a doctor and figure out what came next. Back then, my brain was noisy in the mornings. But the minute I unloaded my thoughts, I stopped dragging that noise into the rest of the day. I felt sharper, less emotionally drained, and more peaceful by mid-morning. This takes just 2 minutes. No need for a fancy journal. Just you, a pen, and a messy brain dump. The first sip, pause. The second micro habit is something I never used to think twice about, but now I treat it like a ritual. It's called the first sip, pause. Here's what you do. When you take that very first sip of coffee or tea in the morning, pause. Just for a few seconds. Savor the warmth. Breathe in the aroma. Take 1 slow, intentional breath, in and out. That's it. 10 seconds. But those 10 seconds can totally recalibrate your nervous system. You're inserting mindfulness into something you already do without adding to your list. This habit is inspired by the idea of glimmers. If you know what triggers are the stress-inducing ones, glimmers are their gentle counterparts. Glimmers are tiny moments that calm and regulate you, helping your brain feel safe. Let me know in the comments if you've ever heard of them. Even 1 intentional glimmer a day can make your brain more resilient. Research shows that even 60 seconds of mindfulness can cut anxiety by up to 30% over time. I used to sip coffee while doom-scrolling news or replying to emails. That was my old routine. But when I began pausing with that first sip, everything shifted. It felt like I reclaimed part of my morning. It's that simple breath, that moment it was mine. So tomorrow, when you sip, pause. Close your eyes, breathe. Let your nervous system know. We're safe, we're steady, we're grounded. And move into your day from that place. Get the 2-minute movement burst. If a moment of stillness can reframe your day, imagine what a little movement can do. Habit number 3 is all about the 2-minute movement burst. Let's be real. Most of us are sedentary for the majority of the day, working at a desk, binge-watching shows, or getting stuck in traffic. And it's not just our muscles that stiffen. Our energy crashes, creativity dips, and mood spiral. We think we need a full workout to feel better, something like a 45-minute gym session. But here's the truth. You don't. You just need 2 intentional minutes. So once a day, no matter how busy I am, I move for 2 minutes. That's it. Stretch in the kitchen, walk around the block, do 10 squats, dance to a favorite song. It's not about exercise, it's about resetting your flow. This micro habit doesn't require any fancy setup. No sports gear, no gym playlist, just move. Get your blood moving, your body awake. There is even a Harvard study that shows these brief movement breaks are more effective at improving energy and mood than longer workouts. I stumbled on this by accident. One day, I was in a fog. So I stood up, did a ridiculous dance to an 80s song, and boom, I was back. Now it's a daily thing. Sometimes I plan it. Sometimes it's spontaneous. Always short, always doable. If you've been stuck in the I need to work out more guilt loop, try this instead. Don't wait. Just move right now for 2 minutes. The digital sunset quick energy fixes are great, but if your days are foggy and unfocused, the issue might be how you're ending your nights. Let's talk about habit for the digital sunset. Picture this. It's nearly 11 p.m. You're exhausted but restless. You're scrolling social media, toggling between tabs, maybe watching one last episode. And suddenly it's midnight. You're overstimulated and somehow still tired. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Most of us are mentally frazzled by bedtime because we re-carrying the entire internet into bed with us. Every ping, scroll, and glowing screen keeps our brain wired and alert. Science backs this upscreen exposure at night can delay melatonin by 90 minutes. It means you fall asleep later and sleep poorly when you finally do. It's not just the light, it's the noise, comparison, and stress we absorb right before sleep. So here's what I changed. At around 9 p.m., I begin a digital sunset. Shut it all down. No emails, no scrolling, no screens. Instead, I turn to slower things. A book, little light stretching, a calming ritual that tells my brain, you're safe, you can rest now. I love technology, but your brain wasn't designed to take in that much stimulation at bedtime, every scroll says. Stay alert, even when your body begs for rest. Poor sleep becomes your norm. So tonight, try picking a cutoff time even, if it's just 20 minutes before bed. Read a book, light a candle, breathe, you'll feel the difference. Peace, quiet, and the version of you that's actually restoring, not just collapsing. The daily identity anchor ending the day with stillness helps your system reset. But what about your sense of self? Even with good habits, if you see yourself as scattered or overwhelmed, you'll keep acting from that identity. That's where the daily identity anchor comes in, habit number 5. Here's something I've learned over and over you. Don't rise to your goals. Fall to the level of how you see yourself. So if deep down you believe you're chaotic or always behind, your actions will keep matching that belief. You don't need more willpower, you need to challenge your self-image. So each day, I take one tiny action that reflects the version of me I'm becoming. Not the stressed out version, not the always rushing one, but the calm, clear, grounded woman I'm choosing to be. It can be small, like putting on real clothes, tidying a corner of my space, or saying no when I mean it. It's not about the task it's about the message it sends. This is who I am now. Over time, these actions reprogram your identity. Studies show that habits tied to identity stick better than ones tied to outcomes. So the more you live as your future self, the more natural it feels. Maybe your version drinks water before checking her phone. Maybe she pauses before saying yes. Maybe she makes her bed or puts on something that makes her feel put together. It's symbolic, and that's the point. Each small action becomes a vote for who you want to be. And soon, that version of you becomes real. Conclusion, so here's the big takeaway. You, Dan T, need to flip your life upside down to feel like a better version of yourself. You don't need a 5 a.m. wake up, a silent retreat, or a total career shift. Sometimes, it just takes 1 or 2 tiny shifts to create real momentum. Maybe it's a 2-minute brain dump, or a mindful coffee moment, a quick dance break, a screen-free wind down, wearing something that says, I care about me. These small habits aren't about perfection. They're about returning to yourself, clearer, stronger, maybe even unrecognizable in the best way. And if you're ready to take the next step, I've created a self-care checklist filled with more of these simple, impactful practices. It's free, just click the link in the description. Start small, stay consistent, and don't be surprised when everything begins to shift. Let me know in the comments which of these habits you'll try first. And Dan T, forget to check out the next video about 12 things I let go for a happier life. See you there.
Thanks for watching. Like, comments, and share.